Have you ever worked with consultants who guarantee their techniques? Does it sound kind of strange? Yeah. Well, this technique we're going to talk about now, called the one-sentence intervention, is guaranteed. We're going to put money on the table if you can prove that this technique will not work with the most difficult student that you've ever had. So right now I want you to do something for me. Would you turn to the person next to you and say one word? And then as soon as you do that, turn back to me. But the word is going to be the first name of the most uncooperative kid that you've got this year. Do that now, please. Okay, we touched a little nerve there, didn't we? Okay. Now, why did I have you say that name? If this technique is any value at all, it's going to work on the most uncooperative kid that you've ever known. Now, once more, this is not designed to do therapy for those archaic psychological issues, and it's not designed to straighten out what happens in their homes or something, but it's designed to get that kid to work harder for you than anybody else. So I want you to write that kid's name down on a piece of paper tonight, and then I want you to write something in I noticed. Just write I noticed on the line. And then leave a blank, and then finish this sentence with, I noticed that. What you're going to do is you're going to create 6 sentences about 6 different unique things about that kid that have nothing to do with school, nothing to do with academics. Those are personal things that are unique to this kid that are probably positive. You're going to create 6 sentences that say, I noticed, and the example would be, I noticed you like to draw. I noticed that. And would you guess with these uncooperative kids, you want to do that in front of other kids or in private? Which is it? Let's say that louder. In private. Absolutely. They have an image to uphold, which is they don't listen to teachers, right? So one sentence might be, I notice you like to draw. Another one might be, I notice you don't let anybody push you around. You really take care of yourself. And how do we end it always? I noticed that. See, it's very tempting to want to congratulate them or praise them and say, that's good. But kids like this, can they sense a manipulation coming around the corner? Yeah. So instead we say, I noticed that. And another, this would be some that different people have used. I noticed you like to wear running shoes. I notice you like to wear running jackets. I notice you like to wear black. See? I notice that you're really loyal to your friends. Okay? I notice that you really take care of yourself. You don't let anybody push you around. Those kind of things that are just personal attributes. So now we're going to create 6 sentences, and we're going to take as much time as we need. Usually a week or 2. Talk to some of the other teachers. What are some unique things about this kid? Now we've created those 6 sentences. We want to share them with the child 2 per week, spread out over about a 3-week period of time, and always in private. Yes, always in private. And if you want something to really stick with a kid, whisper instead of saying it out loud. Because the more it's conspiratorial, the more they tend to lock onto it. So over a 3-week period of time, we're going to share 6 of these. Now, the job is to test it and find out, is this really working? Is this kid becoming more cooperative than ever before? So we want to wait for an opportunity. Maybe he's doing something we don't want him to do. We can go to him. And when we approach him, is it with a smile or a frown? Smile. Okay. Do we do it quickly or slowly? Slowly. Best we wander up to him, right? Okay. We're going to be talking pretty soon about the Columbo wander. You remember that great detective Columbo, how he did things? Kind of like he was always thinking of something else. So wander past the kid, come in from the rear, whisper in the ear. Hey, would you quit doing that just for me? Thank you. Let's hear that. Would you quit doing that just for me? Thank you. And the minute you say thank you, turn your back and move off. Do not look back. Why? What if I were to say, would you quit doing that just for me, and I just stared at him? Would he feel threatened? Would his pervert alert go off? Pervert, pervert! Would he have to do something to save face? Yeah, okay. So, would you quit doing that just for me? Thank you, and walk off. And here's the guarantee for you. If that kid is not more cooperative now than before you started these 6 interventions, I want you to call the Love and Logic Institute. Do you know what happens when you call the Love and Logic Institute that's really unusual? A real person answers the phone. It's not a recording. Yeah. They are citizens of the United States. Yeah. You don't have to push 1 to get English. Yeah, and they'll visit with you right away. And you call up and you say, I want to talk to Jim, or I want to talk to Charles about a guarantee. And the minute they hear that word guarantee, if we're there, you're going to talk to us immediately. If we're not, they're going to give you my cell phone number. Don't share it with anybody else, okay? But I want you to call that number. And if I'm not there, you leave a couple of numbers that I can get you to, and I get back to you. And when I do, I want you to say this. I picked the most uncooperative kid that I could find. I used the 6 sentences, the 1-sentence intervention. I want you to read those to me just as you said them to the kid. And then I want you to say, and he's not more cooperative now than before I started this. And if you can do that, I'm going to give you $100 worth of anything that you can find in the Love and Logic catalog just for proving to me that it's not a powerful technique. Do you think we believe in this technique? Do you think that I believe it'll work on all kids? No. Been working for kids for over 55 years, and I've learned one thing. What works for one kid won't work on another one. What works for one teacher won't work for another teacher. Why? Because we're working with human beings. And so, what is your job? Your job is to go out into the neighborhood and find that little psychopath that will not work on and get your free stuff. Okay? But like they say on those infomercials, but wait! But wait! If you call and say, I did these sentences, this kid is not more cooperative, yeah, we'll give you the $100 worth of stuff. But better than that, we'll spend some time visiting with you about other techniques that might work for that kid. We want to brainstorm with you about that kid. Now, how much investment is this? Think of the investment in time that it's going to take to come up with 6 sentences and to deliver those 6 sentences. Is it worth it? Yeah.